Hey there, it's Cardula, holistic nutritionist and wellness coach. Today, I want to talk to you about holistic nutrition and in relation to the integrity of body organs. I get the question asked a lot what holistic nutrition is and what makes it different. And in order to answer that question, I have to talk a little bit about what conventional medicine is and how conventional medicine approaches disease. And I just want to give a disclaimer up front. I'm not here to bash conventional medicine at all. I believe that conventional medicine is a very important part of our healthcare system. Um, However, I do believe that nutrition has its place and that nutrition is equally important. So, what is nutrition and how does it relate to the integrity of all your body organs? Well, when you have a symptom, when you show with a symptom and you present with a symptom to your doctor, the first line of action is typically um, relief of symptoms, removal of symptoms. So, you will get a treatment from your doctor that will remove your symptoms without looking into the root causes of it all, without trying to dig deep where where the inflammation is coming from. It will give you relief. However, the inflammation will most likely reappear once you have been taken off of the medication at any given point in your time if the trigger for that inflammation is not being removed. So that is the first line of action that usually happens. You're being treated in order to get symptom relief. The second line of action is typically managing of side effects of that treatment that you're receiving as a first line of action. So oftentimes when we are on a prolonged medication intake, we show with side effects that then also need to be treated in order to give you relief. And the third line of action is typically removal, surgery of tissue or organs in your body system. So, the conventional medicine is basically a network of different specialists that do exactly that. They specialize in certain parts of your body system. Um, Oftentimes, though, I find they don't really talk with one another and they don't share their knowledge and they don't appreciate the fact that all bodies or that all organs within your body systems are interconnected, interrelated, and one is dependent on the other. And so you get the treatment for one body system, but then the other one will suffer because its integrity has been disturbed, especially when you remove body organs. And to give you an example, I will give you 3 examples of body organs that have been deemed unnecessary or with no major function in the past. And I will start with the appendix. I remember when I was a child, there were a ton of kids my age that had their appendixes removed due to inflammation. And so my mother was told that it's a very dangerous thing that can happen when your appendix is inflamed, and it is. And we all know that the appendix has such high toxicity. So if it bursts inside your body, it can even cause death because of its high toxicity. However, it was also said that the appendix really doesn't serve any purpose in your body, so it can be removed easily without giving it another thought. Turns out, though, that the appendix is actually part of your immune system. It's an organ of your immune defense system. So it's actually a lymphatic organ, and it sits in that perfect spot at the end of your large intestine. It's in a perfect position to capture all the pathogenic bacteria that are down there in a tremendous amount, as we all know, and to capture these pathogenic bacteria in order to keep your intestines healthy. That is why it's such a huge, it's such a such a intense organ that it does such a great job in keeping the pathogenic bacteria out, that if it bursts, all these pathogenic bacteria toxins will be distributed into your body and can send you in a septic shock easily. And number two is tonsils. I think we've heard that from back in the days. Tonsils were not considered important whatsoever, and whenever your kid showed more than three, um, um, you know, no more three times inflammatory disease in your tonsils, the tonsils would be removed without a blink of an eye. Turns out that tonsils do serve a purpose. They are the first line of defense, also in your immune system, to catch again all the pathogenic bacteria that you swallow, that try to come into your body from your mouth cavity. And when they get clogged down, um, the lymphatic tissue swells up because it's inflamed. And so instead of trying to find out what triggers this inflammation, what is coming in that is harsh on you, and that is getting your system so out of balance, it was just seen as something that needs to be removed because it's causing so much pain. Excuse me. So then the tonsils would have been just removed. However, the pathogenic bacteria, whatever it was that was coming in, the trigger that was triggering your immune system to respond, was not being dealt with. And so this trigger is still there and might have even been manifested then in some other parts of your body, because now it has even easier access into your system. And number three is the gallbladder. I hear it all the time that there's so many issues with gallbladders, and gallbladders are just easily, just removed without a second thought, not realizing that the gallbladder is such an important organ of your digestive system. The gallbladder is storing your bile for you. Your liver produces your bile, and the gallbladder is storing it for you. So whenever you eat something fatty, whenever you eat fat that comes into your body, the gallbladder is being signaled to release that bile in order to emulsify the fatty content for the enzymes to be able to work on it and break down very well. If your gallbladder will be removed, your bile storage is gone, which means that your liver has to work double, triple hard, because every time when fat comes into your body, the liver now has to do the gallbladder's job. So you can see that all the organs, they serve a purpose. Nothing has been created without a purpose in your body, and all the organs are in an integral body system. They might be separate in each of its functions, but they all communicate with each other and they're all interdependent. And this is what makes us holistic nutritionists a little different, because when you come see us, we look at the whole body. We also look at your stress levels. We also look at what kind of health history did you have in the past, what kind of inflammation was going on from previous years, how does it relate to your internal organs, and how can we go into your body, how can we go in there with nutrition, food, supplementation, lifestyle changes to make changes at the root cause level. And this is what we do. This is what we're being trained on. So I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody who was ever interested. And if you are interested in finding out more about specific foods that are very helpful in regenerating, repairing, and restoring your gut health, and as you can see, the two organs that I mentioned, the tonsils as well as the appendix, are both organs of the immune system. And we all know now that over 70% of our immune system actually sits in the gut. So it's a very important part of our overall health. And there are certain nutrients, certain foods that can really support your gut health on a daily basis. And I'll be talking about these 10 ways, 10 foods, nutrition that you can introduce to really support your gut health to the best of your ability. So if you're interested in this, I actually have a mastermind class coming up next Wednesday on June 17th at 7 o'clock. I would encourage you to join the masterclass and find out what those 10 foods are that I have seen in my own experience and in my nutrition practice to be extremely helpful for restoring the gut. So I hope this was informative for you, and I will talk to you at another time. Bye for now.